Lithuania, for me, is way better than a lot of countries in Western Europe, for sure. Two guys punched me in Antakalnis. They were saying, Lietuva, Lietuvim. You go to the polyclinica, you are sick, and they are so rude with you that you are like, I'm sorry, like, I'm sick.
And he was telling me, download TikTok, it's fun. I'm like, no, it's for the young generation. Like, it will be my fourth attempt to learn Lithuanian.
It's not easy whatsoever.
With Lithuanians, you always have to make the first step.
There will be haters. So if you cannot tolerate this, then don't be a content creator.
I usually make a joke about that. We were both disappointed, by Lithuania, so we came together.
Labas. Tai šiandien toks visiškai pirmas pilotinis epizodas šio podcasto. Aš čia norėčiau pakviesti žmonės, kurie nusprendė persikelti į Lietuvą ir čia gyventi. Tai, nes aš pati esu užsienietė ir man labai įdomu. Šiandien turiu svečiuosi Fabianą ir Andrą. And from this moment on, I'll switch on to English and ask you the first question. Did you understand anything I said? How is your Lithuanian language going so far?
Go ahead. Let's start with the good ones, and
Ladies
then go. Okay, no, let's start with the bad then, if I'm going first. So parts from what you're saying, I can make a context, but I cannot say that I speak Lithuanian, unfortunately. This year I have, though, in plan to... The fourth time. It will be my fourth attempt to learn Lithuanian.
It's not easy whatsoever.
I'll get there someday. I'll get there. I don't really speak conversational level. I just know, the survival kit.
Yeah.
Basically. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and me, I understood most of it. It's just very hard to speak. Yeah, I'm living here 10 years. I should be already fluent, but it's just like... I don't really need Lithuanian on my daily basis to live here, so which makes it harder for me to actually learn, because in my job I speak English, Spanish. At home we speak Spanish, and my friends are mostly foreigners. I have Lithuanian friends, but we speak in English, so I don't see that really pushing to learn Lithuanian. Yeah, but now this year I said, okay, I applied for the citizenship, so I want to be fluent. I understand a lot. I can speak a lot, but I'm still not fluent, like to have a business conversation with someone. I could have just casual conversations,
Mm-hmm. And are you planning to do the exam if you want to get the citizenship?
I already did it, the Lithuanian exam and constitution. So I passed, you need to have, I think, A2 level to pass that. So that's easy, The constitution exam is a bit harder, but the language exam is pretty easy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how it was for you, like shortly, how hard it was to learn Lithuanian? What was your journey with it?
Oh my gosh,
this question is like the most often question to you. You answered like 1,000 times.
Yeah, I took lessons at first, just learning, because we both actually had Lithuanian exes, let's say, so
I did my research.
It was easier then, to learn something, I think, because then I was listening Lithuanian every day. Then I took some lessons, but really, I never really had the need to put it in practice. So yeah, this is why until now I'm not 100% fluent. But now I'm trying to speak everywhere in the shop or wherever I go in Lithuanian,
And for you, Andrea, you're having a goal for this year to start speaking.
Yeah, I already. My biggest regret is that I didn't start, classes in the first 2 years, because I always had the impression that I'm not going to stay longer than 2 years in Lithuania, So I said, okay, it's not really worth to go into classes if I'm only staying here for 2 years anyway. I'm not going to be able probably to be fluent in 2 years, like how difficult the language is.
Yeah.
So after the second year we met, and then I started Lithuanian classes, I think 3 times. Like I tried like all different, private online, go to classes. But we were traveling a lot in those 3 years, in the past 3 years, 4 years. Like really we were out of 12 months of the year, maybe 6 we were in Lithuania, and then the other ones we were traveling. So it was very difficult to catch the routine, I was missing some classes, then we were going on different time zones, and it was very difficult to arrange with the teacher. This year, it's more chill. Like we didn't really travel that much because now we started our business. So I'm like waiting for the moment to settle it, like to, put everything in order, not be like so all over the place in Lithuania this time, now not outside of Lithuania. And I hope that in autumn, I will start lessons again. Yeah, because I really want to learn. I'm not saying that it's pointless, though I know that English will always be probably my main language of communicating in Lithuania. But it's nice, when you're having a conversation with someone and you see like how like happy that makes Lithuanians, you see like their happiness when you're even saying like a few words, it's like, and I love to see that in people. I think that they also think that you're respecting their culture more and so on. So yeah, I get that for sure.
Yeah. For me, it definitely changed. Like when I started to speak, I think people perceive you in a bit different way. I think they like start to appreciate you more. So you mentioned that you speak Spanish between each other.
Yes,
that was like so interesting because I saw some videos even on TikTok or somewhere where you were speaking Spanish between each other and was like, how do you know Spanish? How you learn it, and what is the story?
I mean, I was a big fan of telenovelas, of soap operas. Very, very big one. Like when I was a teenager, I was only listening to Spanish songs. There was this Rebelde band, that was like super popular. So I was very, very into that. And it's a Latin language, like Romanian language,
Oh, so they have some similarities.
Yeah, they have some similarities. So because I grew up like always listening to Spanish from like series, from telenovelas, I started to catch it. I was always understanding everything, but I never really had the practice to practice with anyone. So yeah, when we started dating, I told him that I speak Spanish, but I understand Spanish, but he thought that I'm lying, probably, because we're speaking English,
Yeah.
So yeah. And then when I went to Ecuador the first time to visit his family there, no one speaks English. So there I had to like start speaking, how I thought that sounds good, because, I never took any classes, so I was just saying whatever I thought that sounds good in my head. So yeah, now we're practicing, we're speaking more Spanish. So of course, it's 3 years of practice.
Getting better.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, now you are fluent.
Yeah.
100%.
She's good.
Yes, very good.
She's amazing.
Very good. Yeah, really good Spanish. Yeah.
So let's come back a bit to the beginning before you moved to Lithuania. So I wanted to ask a bit about your life before that, what you're doing. Have you ever thought that you are going to move to another country? Because there are some people who are thinking that, okay, I like my country, maybe I could travel, but there are people who are really determined. Okay, I want to change something and I will definitely not live in my country. So how it was for you? Did you know that you're going to move? And were you ever thinking that it's going to be Lithuania?
You can go ahead.
So I moved to Lithuania when I was 20, and I didn't think that I was living in Ecuador, studying in my university. I always wanted to live abroad, to study abroad, but then, I started to study in Ecuador and I thought, okay, maybe I will never do it and I will just live in Ecuador all my life, which was not bad. Actually, it was okay. But I always wanted to travel, so I went to work and travel to work for the summer. And that's where I met my Lithuanian ex.
And where did you go?
To Minnesota in the north of USA. Okay. And then, I was very young, and I was in love and blah, 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 in that time, 19, I think I was.
Wow.
So I said, okay, maybe I can come to study in Lithuania. I started to research, and then, I transfer my studies. So I think most of the guys that live here, they have a similar story, or the girlfriend is Lithuanian or the wife or whatever, and they have to move here. Yeah. So, of course, I wouldn't have thought, I'm going to live in Lithuania if I wouldn't met that person, right? Because usually people from Ecuador goes to study in Argentina, Spain, France, but not Lithuania at all. So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. For me, it's, I don't know, I never really thought of leaving Romania until like I was 20. And my ex-boyfriend at that time, he told me like, let's go with work and travel. Like he was the one that was pushing me to go.
But he was Lithuanian.
No, he was Romanian. I went first time with him, with the Romanian guy, and then second year I went alone to work and travel again. But like the Romanian guy, like ex-boyfriend, was the one that opened this, traveling desire inside of me, let's just say, because I was I don't know, I never really even thought about like leaving Romania. So yeah, it was nice that we went to work and travel first together. Then second year I went alone, and then is when I met my Lithuanian ex. And from the second year, I already felt like, okay, I'm gonna return back to Romania to finish my studies because I had 1 more year of bachelor. And I had in mind, okay, I don't want to stay in Romania. I want to live abroad. I want to have the experience of working, abroad, of living abroad. So in that last year, I was already searching for options. I was still with the Lithuanian guy. We were doing long distance, and yeah, Lithuania, since I had him, Lithuania felt the safest option for me then.
So you went alone and then met your Lithuanian boyfriend here in Lithuania?
No, in the work and travel.
Work and travel.
The work and travel,
Same story we had.
Yeah, same story. We met in the work and travel. I returned to Romania. I stayed there for 8 months to finish my bachelor, and then I moved to Lithuania. But again, like I wouldn't have never thought about Lithuania. The only thing that I knew about Lithuania, I don't know if you've heard about these cartoons, the kids from Room 402 or something. No, they had like this girl, Polly, she was from Lithuania, and she had a sheep, and she had the spoon collection, and she was eating borscht, Like that's the only thing that I ever knew about Lithuania before ever meeting Lithuanians. It was for me very like, I don't know, a natural place, like people have sheep all over the place and stuff like that. It was very funny. You should watch that.
I want to check it out.
It's very interesting how they picture Lithuania. So yeah, I looked for Lithuania because of my ex. I would have never thought.
It's so interesting that you have very similar stories.
Yes.
I think it was a fate that you met here and everything. We're going to come back to that.
Okay.
But I wanted to also ask about the first experience when you moved to Lithuania, and a bit like different questions, because I know that people from different countries has like stereotypes about people from other countries, and they're usually not true. Sometimes some of them are true. So how it was for you when you moved? Did you heard many of those stereotypes? What people were saying about Romanian people or about Ecuadorian people? Like what are the main stereotypes? And maybe you managed to break some of them.
You go ahead on this one. No?
Well, because I guess I'm the one with the biggest stereotype. I don't really know any stereotypes about the Ecuadorians, actually, if I have to think about them. So for me, the biggest stereotype, of course, about Romanians is because we're all gypsies. That would be like what everyone is saying.
About that.
Yes,
what is this?
I understand the confusion where it comes from. Of course, there are gypsies that are Romanians as well, because there is not such thing as gypsy land. They live in...
they travel.
Yes, exactly. And gypsies is an ethnicity, it's not a nationality, So that's like two different things. Then there is the confusion with like how they are called Roma people, Romanians and so on and so forth. Of course, we have a high community of gypsies. I'm not gonna really deny that, because we even have like the king of gypsies. It's very interesting. I took Fabian to a couple of places in Romania where there are like these gypsies villages, and you can see like people have like castles, like literally with their picture, like
I watched some documentaries.
Yes, it's like super fun. But I don't know, they live very isolated from us. I've never really had any friends that had Roma ethnicity, that were gypsies, because they don't really like to be called gypsies, actually. So I don't know, I don't want to be very offensive. But yeah, that was the biggest stereotype that I had when I moved here. That's the stereotype that I would face, everywhere I would move. So I don't think that's something that Lithuanians thought differently, than the rest of the world. But I didn't really have any bad experiences with that. Even in social media, of course, there are people that maybe comment, yes, they want to hurt you and so on. So they play the gypsy card. Very funny. But I don't really take it. In the beginning, maybe I was getting more frustrated, but now it's not like that. And I think that by living here, by making content here, I really think that I I hope actually that I educated, like some
sure.
people in these regards. And in the end of the day, even if I will be gypsy, Fabian will be gypsy, or you will be gypsy, well, that doesn't define, who we are.
sure.
We can be like any ethnicity, Norwegian, Sri Lankan, Indian, whatever, like Asian. That doesn't define, the character of a person. That shouldn't be something that should be offensive
sure.
towards someone.
Yeah, that's beautiful words, and I completely agree with that. It's like one of the things why I wanted to do this podcast, and maybe for the bigger auditory of Lithuanian people to get to know like foreigners who come to this country like a people, because I think like stereotypes still exist, and some people, like I think like from your comments probably you also got some like hateful comments probably, and was interested like how do you react, because I know that you've been doing like you've been filming videos for a long time, so was it hurtful for you in the beginning more than it is now, and how do you react?
For sure, it was very hurtful. And then not very helpful. I'm just overreacting, It's just something new, so you don't really know how to treat that
why
new.
do they don't know me? Why do they like being so mean?
The thing is that I think that everything will be better for people that are doing the social media if we understand that some people just have bad intentions, and you cannot change them. You cannot change that they're,
Unhappy.
hate and unhappiness, sadness, whatever. So in the beginning it was a bit like hitting me, but now like, I don't know, you can write whatever you want. I absolutely doesn't get to me.
Yeah,
anything.
For Andra was a bit more harder to deal with the hate, I was always telling her, like, don't pay attention. Don't even reply to them, because sometimes,
Yeah.
Sometimes there is a comment that maybe gets in my nerves, but I try to, relax. But I also think that if you want to become a content creator, or if you are a content creator, you have to acknowledge the fact that there will be haters. So if you cannot tolerate this, then don't be a content creator, because there are so many content creators that feel very affected, that go into depression, right? And even it's crazy. Yeah. So it's part of the thing of the job, let's say. And I don't think we will avoid it. So it will always be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hate. Yeah.
And for you, Fabianas, what about stereotypes? Have you met some? I ever actually thought of one thing. I watched like one of your like podcasts. You also like were participating in one podcast, and all the time you've been called a Latina throughout the podcast.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Amazing. Yeah, I love it.
You are Latina.
Yes, definitely, 100%. Proud of it, I feel that there is no stereotype with Ecuadorians, but there is a stereotype with Latin American people, you know. But it's okay, it's like usually nice stereotypes that we are warm, that we are
good dancers.
Yeah, we are good dancers. Yeah, so it's usually like, so you know how to dance, right?
Yeah.
I do know a bit how to dance, but some people don't, so it's not that everybody dances, but that's the stereotype. Also that, we are always smiling, happy, that we love the hot weather, that in South America it's always plus 30 degrees and stuff like that. Not bad stereotypes. I think that maybe if I would live in Spain, I would get more of other type of stereotypes. But since there are not many Ecuadorians here, the Lithuanians don't really know much. So it's just more like Latin stereotypes. But
nice ones.
Yeah, we are the same. I feel that all the South American countries, we are the same. So I always say that I'm Latino. So it's nice.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and actually I wanted to ask a bit about dancing, because I was a professional dancer before, and for me, like, there is also a stereotype about Lithuanian people, especially men. I think that they're not that good of a dancer.
Oh, that's a reality, I think.
I can confirm that, too.
That's not a stereotype.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask like a good stereotype about the Latin people, that you're a good dancer. So are you actually a good dancer? Do you dance a lot in your like regular basic life?
I think, like, to be honest with you, generally speaking, yes, we are better dancers. We are better dancers for sure. And we are dancers. I mean, when we are kids, our parents teach us at least how to have a sense of rhythm,
That's
and we listen to music as well. Also, the music is more dancing vibes, So yeah, it's true. Of course, not everybody, but I think that the majority at least knows how to make some steps of dancing.
Yeah,
you know?
and in every family reunion that I've been in Ecuador, everyone is dancing, like they meet and it's not like, okay, we dance from the beginning. No, but like it goes to a point in the night where like they dance salsa and stuff like that. So with the grandparents, with the aunts, with the uncles, with the cousins, everyone is dancing. So yeah, that
As I know, you met at the club for the first time.
Yes, we actually met in a Latino club.
Were you dancing together that night?
Yes, of course. One song we dance. I asked her, let's dance, and she said, yes, okay. And then we dance a bit, and then, I think we were dancing some bachata, no?
And we were thinking for a long time, like, what was that song? But I cannot remember.
Yeah. And then I got the Instagram, but we didn't talk.
Yes.
And then after 6 months, we matched on Tinder, and we started talking, yeah.
But do you think it was like some sort of fate or something? Because it's like quite an interesting story. It's pretty poetic.
I think yes, because on that day that we matched on Tinder, I was supposed to go on a date with another girl.
Wow. Okay.
So my plan was I finish work and then I go to meet this girl. And she canceled it in the afternoon. And then I'm like, I wrote to my friend, my best friend, and I say, let's go for drinks. And then I was saying like, I'm going to check what's happening tonight in Tinder. And we match. And then I told her, hey, I'm with a friend. Maybe you want to come? And she came with a friend. So, I think it was
very quick,
meant to be. Yeah.
Do you think that you're coming like from the similar situation? I mean, by being foreigners in Lithuania, by like moving to your Lithuanian partners at that moment, did it like influence your bonding process?
Of course, I think so. Yeah, we were both, I usually make a joke about that. We were both disappointed, by Lithuania, so we came together. No, joking, no disappointment, but and I think that it's easier, generally speaking, not necessarily in like love relationships, but even friendships. I think that it goes easier with foreigners, just from the perspective that we share something in common, you know, like we have been here experiencing life as foreigners, not as Lithuanians. So that
we can joke and make fun and complain, because
understand each
if
other.
We are like, okay, imagine she would be dating a Lithuanian guy or me a Lithuanian girl, we wouldn't be able to complain. You always want to, you are going home and you say, damn, like these Lithuanians, whatever, and in some situations, but now we can, so even with friends, and if you are in a group of friends and some Lithuanians are there, like with my Lithuanian friends, I'm not complaining that much, Let's say. I think it's normal to complain a bit.
Okay, so you both had like experiences with the Lithuanian partners, as romantic experiences. So how your perspective changed after being in that relationship? How do you see, in general, how do you see Lithuanian people as a romantic partners, I would say? Because I'm in a relationship also with Lithuanian guys, so interesting.
Good luck. I'm just kidding.
What were your experience? Are you thinking that you would be able to date a Lithuanian guy or girl now after that experience?
I think that it really depends on the person, of course. Generally speaking, of course, Lithuanians are a bit more colder, and that's normal. It's just how the people in this part of the world is, They are just a bit more colder. Maybe it's harder to express feelings, and so on and so forth. So for sure, there was a bit of a barrier in the relation at some point, maybe, with the cultural difference. But even we have cultural differences, right? Maybe Romanian and Ecuadorian is more similar because we are more from the south, and we have the same Latin culture a bit, But still there are cultural differences. I think that it's possible to date with, it will be hard, but I don't want...
I never say never.
But there are very amazing people here,
Yes.
And I feel that in terms of friendships, once you get to know the people, they open more. I have very good Lithuanian friends. Actually, they invited us to a wedding this year, and it was amazing. It was
Yes,
a
had
bunch
such
of
a nice
Lithuanians
time.
and us.
Just us,
So it was amazing. We got drunk, everybody was happy, and it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot say, I only like dated one Lithuanian guy, so I really didn't try like a bunch of them, so I can make a general conclusion about them, but I can go for the same, that they are a bit colder. I feel like also guys, they are not very the romantic type, toward, like, I don't know, in how they act and how they speak, but again,
Depends
that's
on the
my
person, yeah.
that's
Yes,
very much my
generally speaking,
experience.
no?
I think that also depends age very
Age as
much,
well, yeah.
because especially for guys, like they and girls too, like we grow with age, we learn what we want from a relationship with
sure.
age, and that applies to all sorts of nationalities. It was challenging for me in the beginning, but I think it was challenging also from my perspective, like from my own fault, because it was just not a match, I always say that we were just both very different, and this is why we were very, very toxic to each other. It's not like he was the toxic one, we were just the both of us, because we are just so different, So yeah, but never say never, I hope I won't be in the situation
No.
where I have to date again, but
It will be tiring.
yeah, oh my God, I can't even imagine going on dates and everything. I don't want that.
Yeah, I think the beginning when we
The
just
same
started
questions like, what do you do? Where do you work? What do you like?
your family, it's very tiring.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And about making Lithuanian friends in general, because I remember for me in the beginning, I moved because of dancing, so I started to dance for Lithuania. I moved to Lithuanian partner, and I were communicating more within the dancing community.
Yeah.
But like to meet people outside, as a foreigner, it might be not easy.
Yeah.
So what was your experience with that? Like also were you
Yeah.
also having like lots of problem with that? And maybe you have some suggestions for the foreigners, how you should meet up Lithuanian people, how you should start the convo,
Yeah.
and etc.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I made a few Lithuanian friends when I was working in USA. We had a good match, with these guys. So when I moved here, I was meeting them, and they introduced me to their friends, So that was easier because since one guy that is inside introduce you to their group,
Yeah.
then it makes it easier than if you just come and try to make friends. I think it's not even also not only in Lithuania. I think
Yeah.
in every country,
true.
it will be hard to integrate, especially if you don't speak the language. Even though Lithuanians speak English, but you just feel more comfortable speaking in your own language with your friends, right? So it's harder to bring a foreigner in the group, But it's possible. I remember when we started to date, right, Andra was saying, I don't meet any Lithuanians, but now you have so many Lithuanian friends.
Yeah, you don't even know how to meet with all of them. Like, don't have time for that.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah. For me, it was difficult. In the beginning, it was like, I don't know, I had such a hard time connecting with people, but I had hard time connecting with people because I was also very young and I didn't know myself how to connect with people regardless, of their nationality. So I expected everyone to be like Romanians, so like interested into me when I'm like the only foreigner, or like coming to ask questions and telling me that
I
we
thought
are
that
best friends
also in the
forever.
beginning.
Yeah, so you see like, and then you're facing reality and people actually don't care about you and are not curious, or maybe they are just like shy, to ask questions and like,
You need to
punch in their
start, yeah.
face. Yes. And I think for me, in the first 4 years, I cannot say that I made any like meaningful connections. Of course, like always being friendly, even at work, maybe hang out from time to time with some people, but not like those connections that you speak to them, you're like telling your life, to the friends. But I don't know, lately in the past 2 years, I think, or even this year, even at this point now, I think that I'm hanging out more with the Lithuanians that I'm hanging out with the foreigners. I've met so many nice girls, especially in parties, you know, friends of a friend or something. It's just, I think what the best advice that I could give is to keep your mind open and always make the first step, because with Lithuanians, I think that depends on the circumstance, but you will always have to make the first step.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely that they will make the first step.
Yeah, I learned that lesson as well. Yeah. For me, it was like a similar concept in my mind, but then I understood the time that you need to be friendly, you need to start the conversation. But when Lithuanian people, I think, accept you in your company, it may be a bit slower process, but then when they open up, they're actually like a really good friends, and they're like asking you, like supporting the conversation and supporting the friendship. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
yes, exactly. Once you get there, you know, like we always say, like
You need to get there
foreigners,
first.
you need to break that barrier. It needs to open that is in front of you, and then like you're gonna be good.
Yeah. So you mentioned also parties that you met some friends there. So for me, it was interesting question because techno, it's like the most popular genre of music here. And as I know, like as I spoke like from some of my also like Latin friends, they say that they're not into techno because you're used to like more like melodic music.
Yeah.
So what is it for you now? Have you started to like techno?
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
Yes.
Oh.
So when I was living in Ecuador and I was a teenager, I was also going to techno parties.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, of course, I also like Latin music. You know, it's a pity we don't have Latin parties here, like nice
all.
ones, you know,
Yeah.
where they could play some reggaeton and, you know, and in the summer and something nice. But I love techno, yeah. I've been going to a lot of festivals since
I like it too.
since 10 years ago. Andra didn't like it much, but
I didn't like it in the beginning.
Yeah, but then we started dating, and I was bringing her to parties, and now you kind of like it, no?
Yeah, I still feel like sometimes I think that the techno that is played in Lithuania can be a bit more happy techno. I feel like it's very monotone, you know,
Heavy.
like it's super heavy. So I would like something, I think I'm more into like house, for example, that would be like more rhythmic, like danceable. You can change a bit, you know, like your dance moves, not the only one, exactly, the only one move all night. But we've been to many techno parties, and I think that's really very good way of making connections, because I feel like people that go to techno parties, they are more open, you know, to
open-minded.
Yeah, more open-minded, open to meet people, to communicate, and so on. So
Yeah. So are you planning to go to any festivals this summer?
we're going to this week on Saturday. We're going to this party that is going to be by the beach in Vilnius.
In Valacampe, you know, there is like, but that's like more like a party. But just this year is the year that we are not actually gonna go to any festival.
We might go though in Spain.
We might go in Spain in
Yes.
September. But last year we went to Ambangos in Nida, you know. I like to go to Yaga, you know, more spiritual festival as well. And there is a festival in Romania, amazing, that we were 2 years in a row. It was amazing, but this year we can't go. But there are some nice festivals here. The only problem is the weather, you know, so it's hard to plan. We wanted to go, we wanted to go last week to a party in Palanga, a festival, you know, but the weather looks so bad, so we cancel it last minute. Because if the weather is not good, then you are cold, it's raining,
horrible.
and it's like,
Yeah. So, okay, last question about that. So what was your experiences? So you said you went to Ambangos and to Yaga, because I heard about the Yaga a bit. Ambangos is like more like, I think more mainstream one.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Ambangos
More like
is-
fancy, you know, like
Also-
by the beach.
by the beach, by the sea. And Yaga is more like, I don't know, for the close group of people, I would say. So what was your experience? You went together?
No, I have never been to Yaga. Maybe I will go this year actually with a friend. Let's see.
We're
Because
thinking to go to Shaknes. Have you ever thought of that?
We wanted to go there, but we are not gonna be here because we are going to Andra's sister wedding. But
Yeah,
we really, I was
Wedding?
here.
yeah, she's getting
The
married.
sister,
My
yeah.
young
Yeah.
sister.
How old is she?
24, not even 24.
Oh my God. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So
Definitely more important than a festival.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Some
for sure.
festival plans were, you know, like ruined because of her wedding.
Yeah, but in terms of the difference, I've been going to Yaga for 6-7 years, and it's different festival, And actually, some people that go to Ambangos also go to Yaga, but I feel that in Yaga the age is more like a bit older. The people, maybe generally speaking, maybe more closer to 30s or 30s plus. And Ambangos is more like early 20s up to 30s. I think, of course, there is older people, but I like both. To be honest, it's just a different vibe. When we were going to Ambangos, it's specifically to party, and that's it. We can get dressed in the accommodation, take a shower. Yaga is more like spiritual, or more like you go with friends. You are in the forest,
Are you camping?
Yeah, you are camping, So it's just a different, but it's amazing. My dream is to go to the Burning Man. I really want to go there.
Mine too.
When I was working in the United States, it was the closest location to Burning Man in Reno. So like all the Burning Man people were coming to the city after Burning Man. So
In the crazy outfits.
yes, full of sand. They were coming to restaurants because I was working in restaurant. They were like covered in sand and everything. It was crazy.
Food finally after
Yes.
those days.
Yeah.
Like literally, yes. So I've seen the after Burning Man people.
Burning Man after party.
Yes.
Okay, that will be a very smooth transition for partying straight away to work.
Oh,
Of course.
you have to have balance in life. So
Of course. So, but before that, about the moment of you moving to Lithuania. So when you moved, how old both of you were?
I was 22. Yeah, 22.
I was 20, almost 21, yeah.
So you were studying at that point.
Yeah, I was studying a bachelor degree in
Which kind of bachelor?
international business, like everybody.
In Vilnius University.
Boring, yeah, in Vilnius University.
And you, Andrei?
Yeah, I came here for work, so I already finished my bachelor.
You said, you finished
yeah.
in Romania.
Yeah, there was some kind of. I came here also with Erasmus 1 year, but that's like not only for masters later on. But when I moved here, I finished bachelor, I had the diploma, and I found a job and I moved here. So I didn't really study.
So you have a normal work, because I think maybe some people think that as you're already like bloggers, like pretty big, I think, from the Lithuanian auditory, that you don't have a normal work, but you do. Yeah, and it's like I think it takes.
Unfortunately, I'm just kidding.
But
I cannot just make videos all day, unfortunately.
Are you planning to maybe at some point like change it?
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Hopefully, yeah, maybe one day. Really, it's just also hard, because you have to pay bills as well, But yeah, I think that eventually maybe one of us will quit. Yeah.
And what is your work, if I could ask?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Sure. So I work as account manager in a Danish startup. It's a very small company. It's me with the co-founders, drama free, It's just me with some Danish guys, 40 plus, super drama free actually.
Wow.
So I'm in charge of the clients. I do trainings for them. I sell them new features and so on. So I work remotely. Don't really have an office. I actually even work as under individual vehicle contract, so I'm self-employed. And I've been doing this for the past 1.5 years.
In the same company.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many days a week it takes? Like 5 days, like normal?
Yes. I work full time, like regular time. It should be. But what I like is that they are very flexible. If I have to do something in between, they don't mind as long as I have my KPIs and I reach my KPIs. That's like what matters for them, and I really appreciate that.
And what about you?
Yeah, I work in sales, so I'm a salesman, software.
I can feel it.
Yeah.
My friend is also a salesman.
Yeah,
It's like
like
similar
it.
vibes.
Yeah.
Those people know how to talk.
Of course,
Present
definitely.
themselves, yeah.
Definitely. I work for 7 years in sales, but now I work for a Swiss company, so I work remotely from home as well. And it's nice, we don't have, we have an office, but most of the people work remotely, so I never met any of my colleagues live, And yeah, it's cool. I like it. Sometimes I miss having an office where you can go because I also like to gossip a bit because I'm Latino, so we like the drama. But
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah, we are both working remotely, which is cool because we can also create content. We don't have to be
That's
somewhere.
amazing, actually, that you
hours,
can do it remotely. And so you have other projects going on
Yes,
currently?
so we have Cronchas, which is a project that we started in November last year.
How did you come up with the idea?
We were chatting, at home. I mean, we always wanted to have a business because, since we have a lot of followers, and I was thinking like we were chatting, how can we also
Monetize
benefit
it.
from this, because we
Yeah.
can promote other brands, but maybe it would be good to promote something from ours. So I saw on TikTok these freeze-dry candies that are very popular in USA. We were chatting and I told her, look, what do you think about this? We had other idea too, but we decided on this one. And we launched it, yeah. Of course, it took some time. The idea came in April, and we launched the business in November officially. And these are our newest bags. They are not in the
They're
market
really
yet.
pretty, yeah.
Yes,
so-
finally, like
yeah,
some nice
so
looking bags.
now we have a product that is really for a supermarket, hopefully. So yeah, we are very happy. Hopefully, in the future, we can put more effort, more time on Cronchas because
Yeah.
we are now very busy, working
Yeah.
until the night because we have to prepare the candies, pack it.
You do it all yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Just the two of us.
Hopefully we can hire someone in the future, but we need to, all the money that we get, we invest in the company. We bought a new machine, and so on. So
But that's amazing. I was also interested if you do business together. How is it for you? Because I know that it can be very, very bonding experience, but at the same time, it can bring some debates and some
all the
questions.
time,
Yes.
all the time we have discussions,
Of course.
So that's normal, we agree about that. Like, okay, we will have discussions, maybe we will even argue, but we need to relax, chill, and think, okay, let's discuss and let's come up with a common solution, right? So I think we do it sometimes. Sometimes Andrea is a bit more emotional, like our girl.
I started laughing because I expected that this comment will come
Yeah,
now.
because girls are more emotional, and I'm a bit more rational. So okay,
It's a perfect combo.
Yeah, we argue first and then we say, okay, let's chat.
Yeah,
And
no,
then-
but I actually think I think that I wouldn't rather do this with anyone else. Like I think that the fact that we're doing it just the two of us together, not with like a different person, each of us. I don't know. I think that it's also bonding, like as you said. I think that it's also easier because you can just say things straightforward the way that they are, because you trust that person anyway. Like I can just speak my mind out to you. So if I don't like something, I can just say it. So I don't have to stress like how I would say it.
Not to
'cause-
go into corporate language.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Go straight to the point. And what about the t-shirt business? Because when I was preparing, I found the t-shirt and I thought it would be like perfect for the theme.
Yeah.
And actually, I was really surprised by the quality. It's like
Oh, it's amazing
it's
quality.
so,
Yeah.
comfy.
Yeah, guys. Fabiana's Dadel Te, you can get my t-shirt. Yeah,
Here's the link.
Yeah. I was also, so before Cronchas, I was telling to Andra, how can I, because a lot of teenagers follow me, and so on and so forth. What can I do? What merchandise I can do? So the t-shirts was the good option. But I was trying to look for options in Lithuania, providers and so on, good quality, and it was hard to find. But I managed to find someone, that has a very good quality and gives a good offer, So I came up with I didn't come up with these designs. There was a designer that came out with this, and they were successful. Now I launched 3 new designs.
Ooh,
And
that's exciting.
it's something passive, I'm not, it doesn't take my time every day, But yeah, I think I get orders every week, so it's something to have on the side that maybe if I wouldn't have a full-time job, I could put more. I have more ideas for the t-shirts. So hopefully it will be good. In the Schaltibrische Fest, I don't know if you were there in the Pink Soup Fest. It was on June 1st. We had a stand.
I was out of Lithuania,
Yeah.
unfortunately, but
Oh
I
my
saw
gosh.
the videos.
Yeah, so the t-shirts were super popular.
So
like
popular.
I sold like 200 t-shirts on that day. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
But actually,
Yeah.
this is quite a genius idea for your brand, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do videos with food, so yeah.
I loved all of the designs. Just one of them was a bit questionable for me, was the Cepelini.
I always get that one. I always get that.
A friend thought that it's an avocado.
A friend thought it's an avocado, and I was saying, how you don't see the Cepelini? Because the first time I saw it, I saw the Cepelini. But anyway, this model, I decided not to print more t-shirts, but I brought new ones, Shakotis, and
yes.
the Trolleybus, and the new design of Schaltibrische, which is the one that we have.
The new one.
The
yeah.
newest one.
Yeah. I'm still thinking which one I like more. Maybe I will have both because that's the older design.
People
of-
like that
of
the older.
Schaltibrische.
Yeah.
The same one?
Yeah,
Exactly?
so this is, I believe you found this online, I don't know, but
Yeah.
I contacted the designer and I bought the rights of printing this because I could not just
Just use it.
commercialize it. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
so
I
interesting.
could, but it would be not nice and so on,
Yeah, you
so-
had to have the rights, of
So,
course, because
yeah.
he's then he can start his own
Yeah.
line of t-shirts with the same design. Well, he wouldn't have done that, but
But
Yeah.
it's interesting. When I was searching this image, I wasn't thinking that would be the behind story about that.
Yeah.
So also wanted to ask about the moment you decided to start your blogging career. I think at the beginning it was probably like a hobby, more just like a natural way to express yourself, I think, in our age. But were you doing it completely separately before? And you met already when you had like some of your auditory, when you already started to create something? Or some of you started first and then inspired the other person?
so Fabian was actually the one that started first. He started many years ago on YouTube and so on, and then
I saw this legendary video.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Long
so
time.
he had this passion, when we started dating. I was not doing videos, and actually he was the one that pushed me to
Inspired you.
Yeah, inspired and also pushed me, because in the end I didn't even have TikTok when we start dating, and he was telling me, download TikTok, it's fun. I'm like, no, it's for the young generation. Like I would be like
the future.
50, plus. And then I download TikTok, and 2 days I barely worked. I was just scrolling, like an obsessive person. And then he told
We've
me,
all
like,
been there.
yeah.
We are still there, some of us.
Yes.
It's addictive.
Sometimes. So he told me it should be very nice, if you're starting, because, you're a foreigner, you have a story, to tell. So he pushed me, he encouraged me. Rather than inspired, I think you encouraged me to that, because it wouldn't have been my idea to start making videos.
Also, in that moment, when I started and then she started, TikTok was still kind of new, it was just after COVID. I didn't
Perfect
see.
timings.
Yeah, I saw the gap there. There is no foreigner making content about Lithuania,
Yeah.
making content
Really?
eating Lithuanian food. Yeah, it was 2020.
You were the first one.
2021.
Yeah.
In doing this, I think yes. I
Yes.
You're the
cannot think.
pioneer
I cannot
of TikTok
think.
in Lithuania, foreigner.
I saw because I went to Ecuador to visit my family. We went together, and I was thinking, damn, I want to go on TikTok, do content. What can I do? In that moment, the dances were the most popular thing. But I saw a guy in Ecuador doing videos, like he had a wife from Sweden, and he was making her try Ecuadorian snacks. And they were very popular. So I thought, this is the idea that I can do. I'm going to make videos tasting and rating Lithuanian snacks. So that's how it started, and it was very popular.
Yeah.
Like the first
Had a boom
videos,
from the
it
first
was
one.
like... And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. Then, of course, this evolved. I cannot just make those type of videos all the time. So I do food reviews as well. We make videos also together, making fun also. Andrea makes videos about making fun. So stereotypes,
Yeah.
me too, And now there are more foreigners creating content,
Yes.
way more foreigners creating content, of course. And there are some good ones for sure.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah, even I think when I started to do it, like you were like one of the first people which I saw, and I was like, okay, that's a very interesting idea because it's like a small niche of people
Yeah.
probably, but it's important to find, I think, your brand, what you exactly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, definitely, yeah.
So for you, it's more like connected with the food, I would say, not only, of course,
Yeah.
but like you started from that.
Yeah, I think for me it's more the start tasting Lithuanian food and discovering the different foods that are here, you know.
Of course,
Yeah.
everyone knows you as the Surrealist
Yeah,
guys.
because
so-
because I got like I was making videos about Surrealists in the beginning and they were very popular. But yeah, now we are trying to make more content together as well, you know, videos together. Also, a couple of brands or companies contact us to make videos together, you know, promotions.
So lifestyle makes.
So that's
It's nice to
nice.
show more about yourself, you know,
Yeah,
like what
also-
we're trying.
yeah.
People like to see your life, you know, like what you're doing. So rather than just make
Yeah.
jokes and so maybe show a bit about the real self.
Yeah, also, of course, in the beginning, it was just a hobby, but now, of course, it's a business as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's generating for us some. So, yeah, we keep doing it, also trying to make it cool, you know, and natural, yeah.
Yeah. It's evolving naturally,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Of course.
Into something more like of a lifestyle. But if you made like a lot of videos on the food thematics, so I wanted to ask, have you found the best place in Lithuania which you would recommend from the food places?
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, about this food, it really depends on what you are into. I'm more into, you know, fast food, you know. I like burgers, wings, you know. Some other people is more interested in fancy food, you know, fancy dining. I'm not into that, but
I think girls are into
she's
fancy
pushing me
dining.
like, oh, let's go to eat some fancy food and blah, blah.
I also enjoyed. I think all the girls enjoy it.
Yeah, of course,
The
definitely.
experience. You need to get
Definitely.
ready. It looks beautiful.
Definitely, yeah,
He
yeah.
will literally just take the piece and put it all in his mouth and swallow, and that's it, the fancy food
because
experience.
it's just like too small, you know. I prefer nachos and so on. But good places for me is I like Archie's Burger. If you want to talk about burgers, it's so good burgers. Wings, I like chicken wings. I think in Narauti, I don't know if you know this place, is in Constitucios.
And also the other one that it's on
Bokechu.
Gokichu, yeah.
I don't.
That one was super good
Yeah,
actually when I
yeah,
liked
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't really like wings, generally speaking.
Galiorca.
Galiorca.
Yeah,
It's in
heard of that
Bokechu.
one.
Very nice wings, really good. And Alos Estudia has nice nachos, no? Piano Man has nice nachos as well, wings. Yeah, I like this type of food. And kebab. Emilio Kebab.
Best kebab,
in
guys. Shaures
Shirmune.
Mestales.
Yeah, in Shaures
Yes.
Mestales. It's really good. Cash only. It's not available.
No delivery.
Not available
no.
in Bolt or anything. Yeah.
You call
And it's a
and
very
you
nice
go.
guy, yeah, from
It's very
Turkey.
authentic, yeah?
Yeah, and
Yes,
it's
super
huge.
good.
It's just like huge. I
That's
love
one
it.
of the things that I have to thank my ex for. He showed me this kebab place, and I showed it to Fabian. It's life changing.
Yeah.
Okay, we wanted to come back to a bit different theme about your connection with your family. And is it like, do you miss your family a lot? Do you visit them a lot? Have they visited you in Lithuania, and what was the experience?
Yeah, I think that you always miss your family, and for me, I think that I visit my family more often than Fabian visit theirs, just because I'm in Europe, you know, so it's easier to go to Romania. Though it's not that easy because we don't really have a direct flight, so it's very complicated to fly. You know, like you have to have stupid layovers. If not, I have to take the train. It just takes me a full day, you know, to go to Romania. You wouldn't expect that, but it is what it is. This year I'm going to go to Romania like 5 times. So it's a lot.
It's quite a lot.
My sister is getting married and she's doing 2 weddings, like civil and like big one separately. And then I have other friend that is getting married in November. And then I
That
already
age.
been 2 times. Yeah, so it's starting the like wedding a period, you know, of years. So I will be going for sure in the next
Are
years.
you going together to all the trips?
To
Most
some,
of them, yeah, of course.
Some of them I will probably go alone as well. And I speak with my family. We have good relationship. We don't really speak every day. With my sister, I have the best relationship. She's the one that it's the most difficult usually to say goodbye to, because I really wish I would have her closer. You know, I don't say that I don't have a good relationship with my parents, but I don't know. My sister, for me, it's she's my person. You know, it's very difficult to let her go. I mean, to be separate from her.
Have she been to Lithuania?
Yeah, my parents been 3 times with my sister. Actually, one time it was without my sister. So they've been only in winter, unfortunately. So they've been in Christmas 2 times. And then one time to just bring me back to Lithuania during COVID.
I think winter is beautiful here, but it's really cold. So I think summer may be like more pleasant experience.
I would like them to come in the summer so they can experience a different Lithuania, you know, than in the winter. Because we would just go for a walk for 30 minutes and then go to a restaurant because it's very cold, you know, to stay longer outside in the winter. But they really liked it. They like that it's clean. They like that it's cozy. They see that I'm like, okay, you know. So I think that's very, I don't know, reassuring, and that's very okay. That's very good for parents to see where you live, you know, that you're having a good life. I don't know, you don't live in like a shithole or whatever. It's just they want to see, you know, that's
if you're
good
fine,
for them.
then
yes,
continue
exactly.
living.
Then they are better.
Yeah, and me, like, I speak with my family for sure. Not every day as well. We don't talk more like much by phone, but it's more like via WhatsApp, you know, always sending voices and messages. Of course, in South America, the families are very close, super close. But yeah, my parents and my sister, I have 2 sisters. One of them came, and my parents, younger, they came to Lithuania now in April. For the first time after 10 years, and they loved it really. It was an amazing. I was so happy to show them where I live, because you know I was going to Ecuador every winter for the past 5 years, but I think they wanted to see as well where I am, why I stay, like how it is there, you know, who is around him, you know, his friends and so.
Of course.
So they came, you know, it was amazing. We showed them the city. They ate Lithuanian food, shaltyrs, all the things, surrealist, everything. They even saw snow because they came and...
It was the first time for them?
No, they saw it in USA, but it was one of the first times in their life. They came and started to snow. It was April. It was like, what the hell? But then the next week it was plus 25, so it was great. Yeah, so it was great.
They got all seasons, you know, like in 1 week, literally they got the all seasons.
Yeah. They loved it. They really liked Vilnius, and now they are more
the food also.
yeah, I think now they are more. They left and they say like, we are sad because we're not together, but we are happy because we see that you are settled and you guys have a great relationship, and you are happy.
Yeah, I think it's the most important thing for all the parents to see that their child is like safe and they're having like a good relationship, a person who they can trust.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I think they're much happier. They're living and not worrying that much.
Yeah, of course.
About both of you. So I wanted to come back a bit of the TikTok theme about that and about the generation of ideas, because you said that you changed your vector of moving a bit. So you're going more into lifestyle content. So you're coming up with really interesting ideas, I would say. Like they're very experimental. There is like not like it was before, like maybe some sort of videos, like for example, trying the food and like making the similar videos. It's like every time something different. So how is it working for you? How do you come up with ideas? Is there like one of you who's generating them more, or like you work in tandem?
I think that all the content that we create for our individual account, you know, like not necessarily all, but like the majority, it's discussed between us. And we sometimes, I don't know, when any of us has to do a promo video for any company, like we brainstorm together, what can you do? So we are on team, even though like we are like separate accounts. So it's a lot of talking through, brainstorming together, and if you have to take like how you find inspiration is just you see probably an idea somewhere, and you're just polishing it. I mean, everyone gets inspired. There are some things that for sure like they originate from us. But there are things that you also, maybe I've seen a video of someone doing that. Okay, let's discuss it and let's see like how we can like polish it and apply it in like that our specific situation. So it's a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, same. Yeah, we always talk. Sometimes I'm stuck. I don't know any ideas, and I talk to Andra, and she comes up with a great idea. Sometimes she's stuck, and I am the one coming with a great idea. But yeah, it's good to have. It's good to get inspiration from other content creators because there is some amazing content there. And not necessarily like you copy it, but you just get the idea, And in music is the same, Songs are made based on other songs.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same. So
as long as you apply something about you make it personal,
own,
your original. It's not like you take like everything word by word and you see inspiration somewhere, but then like you twist it so it's yourself, like it's your own way of applying it or of showing it. It's not like the same.
Not just copying, but like adding something from your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I recently like also started to do some TikTok, started to do like videos connected with Lithuania, and of course like had a couple of viral ones connected with the food mostly.
Yeah.
I was like
those are the easiest.
Yeah, because we were traveling,
Definitely.
traveling Asia, and then like my boyfriend is Lithuanian, so I decided to try to cook the Lithuanian food for him. So it went like pretty big one, I think like around 400,000.
Okay,
400,000.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Nice, congrats.
it's like the most, I think it's most max auditory which you can like found in Lithuania. Which one was like the viralest one for you?
For Lithuania, well, I have a video on Instagram that has 25 million, 26 million views.
big.
I think that was the most viral one. In Instagram, in TikTok, I think I have one that is maybe 7 million. But those reach outside of Lithuania. Usually, if it stays in Lithuania, it's, as you said, around like 40.
I think it can be up to 1 million in Lithuania, probably. If you take in consideration Lithuanians from abroad, could be.
I don't think
maybe
so.
600,000-700,000 could be. Because
Yes.
you can see on the Lithuanian creators that make videos in Lithuanian. There are content creators that have almost 1 million views in videos that are in Lithuanian.
Yeah, could be. But I think that a good representation would be like 400. That's a
half
good
million.
number
Yeah,
to
yeah.
reach 500, yes, in
Definitely.
Lithuania.
I mean, even getting 40, 50K is nice.
It's
really,
something.
Really,
Even 10K, you're just happy for those.
It can be very different. So yeah, after that, like a couple of other videos, it went like pretty good. But then at some point, I think there was a moment of shadow ban. Have you ever faced
Yeah,
that?
of course.
How
all
do
the
you
time.
deal with that? How you get out of there?
All the time.
This is
All
why
the
we
time?
don't.
I mean, it happens to everybody.
I think I'd make a promotional video because I like showed some clothes. It wasn't like really sponsored.
I think that it's very strange how the algorithm works, but
It's for TikTok because they changed the algorithm, I don't know, maybe 1 year ago or something like that. This is why I prefer Instagram. I think you the same, Fabian, way more.
It's more
TikTok
stable.
Instagram is more stable from the content creation point of view. TikTok has, I don't know, like it's some crazy way of working from time to time that even if a video would like be like super good, if it's not about something specific, it's just gets like very low views, like doesn't. And you see the difference between Instagram and TikTok. So it's crazy.
yeah,
I don't
of course,
know.
definitely, yeah. For me, like of course, we both get frustrated sometimes, but I just need to keep posting and be consistent. And I had a few videos that didn't get anywhere, and then suddenly one video is like, wow.
So you
The-
just create and then wait.
yeah. Then there are some videos that you think that they won't get anywhere, and then they are the best ones.
Yeah.
And the ones that
The
you
most
think
random.
that are gonna be a hit, they are nothing. So it's strange. Yeah.
You need to know the algorithm.
Yeah. Even more than that, I think you just like
Need to do
forget
things.
about it and just keep doing it. Yeah.
I think that if you're just concentrating also on the algorithm, it's not really gonna take you anywhere. For TikTok, I feel like, if you're just posting about Lithuania, like everything, when I mention Lithuania, it's good, if you're doing anything that it's outside, as you said, like you posted something with like clothes, then it just gets messed up. But consistency is the key in anything, in everything. If you keep doing it, it's...
Of course, in the beginning, we were making only content. For example, I was making only content about food, only related with Lithuania. Now, since we already have the audience, we can already do other types of
Allow
videos.
yourself.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes.
exactly.
Experiment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And also on your TikTok, Andra, I saw some posts connected with astrology. So that was an interesting topic for me. I think more for the ladies because we're into astrology. So are you a professional at that? Do you understand
Yes.
like everything?
Planets, houses.
Okay.
I'm like that level.
Could you tell about yourself a bit from the astrological perspective and a
Yes.
bit about Fabianas? And was some things true?
Yes, I think that actually it works very perfectly for us, and it's very true. So I am a Taurus, like that's like my star sign. I have a moon in Aquarius and a rising in Gemini. And the more I read, the more it makes sense, It's that
Fabianas.
he's but I'm telling him sometimes some things, and I think that they get a little bit to him, It's not always just going out through the other ear, but he understands. And Fabian, he's a Virgo. He has a moon in Taurus, and his ascendant rising star is in Sagittarius.
Whatever that means. I'm just kidding.
Okay, and how do you think it influenced your characters from the astrology perspective? Like, and your relationship together, your match?
I think from an astrological point of view, we're a very good match. Our star signs, we're Taurus and Virgo. We're both Earth, We're very grounded, even though he says that I'm more emotional and so on. I think that in my ideas and the way that I perceive the world, I'm very grounded. And also our rising stars, we are exactly opposites, Gemini and Sagittarius. So that also goes well. I can go way more about that, but
That's
I
a
can
different
say
topic,
about
yeah, another
Venus
podcast.
and about Mercury. But I don't. I really like to read more about that, and I'm the kind of person that likes to have like a explanation for certain things. I'm very more into like science-based stuff, not really like dreamy and so on. So the more I read, the more it makes sense. But I'm not that type of person that would just get myself influenced too much about that. I know that, well...
It's nice to know, but
it's nice to know. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that makes sense. That's so cool. I want to learn more. But yeah, I still am who I am. And
you still create your faith.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, because for me, I was also like, I'm into astrology to some extent, but also like similar perspective. It was just like interesting to know some facts. And when you understand that they're like really, really similar to reality. So that's like kind of like mind blowing to some extent. For my boyfriend, he's like more also like, I think, more grounded, just a man. Yeah. So, but when one time he actually suggested to read some of the, I don't know, horoscope together.
Okay.
And actually, he was also surprised that there were like some matches in real life, and there are like quite a lot of them. So was it like similar to you, Fabianas?
Yes, of course. She was explaining the character of a Virgo, and I was saying, yeah, it makes sense. So I understand. Definitely, she
Do
explains
you believe in astrology?
Yeah, I think there is for sure a lot of truth there, in the ones that have a scientific backup, of course, But yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's nice that when she explains those things, yeah.
Wait, because I'm curious. What about you? Like, tell me who you are astrologically speaking.
Oh my God. I just said that I'm interested. I am interested, but I haven't even made like the full, you know. I
okay.
just know that I'm a Libra. So we were living
Okay.
on the surface level that he's like
Okay.
a lion, I'm a Libra, and we were reading about those sides and
But
how the
that's
match
good. That's
works.
good combination, actually. So
You approve?
Yes. It's super approved. It's
Yeah, we
fire
have
with
a
air.
Okay, we're blessed by Andra.
Yes,
Yes.
you got my.
Well, let's see. Okay, we're coming closer to the end, so I wanted to ask a bit more about your future plans. Are you seeing your future in Lithuania, or are you planning to travel more? Do you have any plans?
We want to settle here, you know. We even started our business here, so we don't really have plans of leaving. We had some thoughts at some point in the relationship to move, but that's gone. The thought is gone. So at the moment, Lithuania, it's amazing for us. We see ourselves, we have our life here. We have our friends here. We have our business, as I say, here. We're creating content here, so that opens a lot of doors as well. So there is no reason for us to move. But you know, like I'm open. I don't know myself. I'm like never say never. So you never know what the future holds.
Yeah, same. You know, I mean, I already knew before meeting her that I wanted to stay here, but then Andra said when we met that she would like to move somewhere else. So I say, okay, for you, let's try. Just wait for me to get the passport and we can move. But then she said that she likes to live here. So for me, like nice, because I really enjoy living here.
I think your relationship influenced your view into
Of
Lithuania.
course,
Yeah,
yes,
of course,
mine for
definitely,
sure.
definitely.
He really helped me get to love Lithuania. So
Yeah, of course. You know, who knows, maybe we will try. I mean, I would like to live somewhere else, maybe for 1 year, but knowing that here is my home, you
Yeah.
know, like this
The
is
place you come back to.
this
Yeah.
is my place, you know, our place, you know. When we go on 1 year somewhere, okay, let's go back home. We go to Vilnius, you
Yes.
know. Yeah.
It's nice to have a place where you feel like home, because
Yeah,
I
of
think
yes, exactly. And it's I don't know, it's tiring because we were traveling for 3 years, and it's tiring to live in a suitcase, you know,
Luggages
yes,
always
it's
everywhere.
just-
Yeah, we're traveling so
feel you.
much. Oh my gosh.
we really like felt like at some point, fuck, I just want to go then don't see it,
Yeah.
don't do anything,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
sit on a
Unhealthy
sofa.
also,
Yeah,
yeah.
watch
exactly.
something, enjoy your life.
It's also very difficult to keep like a routine, to eat healthy, you know, you're just eating bullshit always. So
Traveling realities.
yeah.
But are there like some countries which you are feeling that you may try to live in, which you are like dreaming of visiting maybe and you haven't visited yet?
My dream was always to move to the United States.
Classics.
I've already, you know, and we've been last year. We've been in the United States for like 2 weeks. We had an amazing time. I would always like love to go back. I don't know
Which cities?
We've been to California, so we've been to
LA and San Francisco.
Francisco. We also met there Fabian's sister. So it was the three
Yeah,
of
because
us.
she lives there in USA. Yeah.
Yeah, so an amazing time. I don't know if I would like to live there just because, I don't know, like I'm a bit now scared with all their politics
Yeah.
and guns and everything. You know, if I would think twice if I would have a family there, for example.
Yeah.
But USA for me, it's for sure a place that I would like to always like go back to.
Because there is like so much to explore. It's so
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
For me, like I fell in love with Budapest.
Really?
It's just amazing city for me, you know.
You've been there together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so beautiful. I don't know. I really liked it. So I would, if I would move, probably it would be there. I also, last year, I went to the World Cup to Qatar. So I went to Dubai and I say to her, we need to move to Dubai. It's just amazing. Oh my gosh.
He was obsessed for
It's
like
so hot.
Visited
half
for
a
the
year.
first time this year. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's
Was it that
really
good?
cool.
Because I've never been, you know, but he has like this like super like high
I
view.
know, I
of
really
it,
enjoyed
so-
it. It was so, I don't know, I felt so good there that I was alone actually because my friend couldn't come and we had the flights. So I was alone, and I was like, it's nice. And
I think it's crazy. It's completely different.
Yeah.
But it's like I would say like maybe a city of future. But I think it's a good place to be if you are like really into like some projects, some business. You have
Yes.
some things to do there.
Yeah.
There are like lots of technologies and etc. But for me personally, I would say that there's not enough nature.
oh yeah, that's for
Yes.
sure. That's for sure. Yeah.
It's very like it's a big city.
Yeah. Just for 1 year, I was saying.
But to visit and to explore, I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, he
For
was
sure.
telling me the money's there. We
That's
have to move to Dubai.
Because like I always wanted to work in real
Salesman
estate.
guy.
Yeah, I always wanted to work in real estate, So I was thinking I can work in real estate and so on.
So maybe we would see some videos from Dubai soon, some content. I think it would be interesting because you already like created your auditory here in Lithuania, and they already know you not only as foreigners in Lithuania but also as people, so they somehow connected to you. So it would be interesting for them to see like different countries
Yeah,
and
of
other
course,
parts of the
yeah.
world.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you're ever doing that, I'm definitely watching all of the content from there. There would be like a last 2 questions. There would be like more of a quiz, I would say.
Okay,
I would like to.
quizzes.
Yeah, like first the things which comes to your
Okay.
mind. I would say just to name 3 pros and cons of living in Lithuania. You can go one by one, like
Okay.
one con, one pro.
Okay, let's try to not do the same. Yeah, so let's do it together.
Safe. I think it's very safe here.
Agree.
Super safe.
Yeah.
Extremely safe. That
You can leave your phone in the cafe and go to.
you can walk in the night in Vingio Parkas. You can go home after the club, home walking.
Yeah.
Like it's very rarely that something could happen. It's amazing. Yeah, that's a con.
That's a pro.
A pro, sorry, a pro.
A pro. Yeah.
And I say a con?
Yeah.
Or
Or maybe one more pro.
yeah, a pro, it's very green.
Nature.
Nature. It's a lot of nature, especially Vilnius, a very green city. And by that, I'm just literally referring to the fact that there are a lot of like trees, around. There is a lot of greenness.
Yes,
Not
I love it
necessarily.
about Lithuania.
Yes, so it's I really love that. It's very impressive that they keep certain like places and they don't build everywhere.
Yeah.
I hope that they will not like get to that point where they will destroy everything and build.
think
No,
so.
impossible.
But it just feels they really like to preserve the
Nature, yeah.
nature. So I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for me it's like the perfect combo. Like
Yeah.
you still have like a big city, like for example Vilnius, but also like you have nature everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another pro is Vilnius. For me, it's just amazing. Like it's a small city. You can travel from one place to another very easy.
No traffic.
Not so much traffic,
Lately,
but they compared to huge cities
yes,
where you
of
need
course.
to travel 1 hour for work. I like that. You can do a lot of things here in Vilnius. It's small, compact, safe, green. And I think that it's still a place in Lithuania where you can develop ideas, The country is growing and developing a lot, but
Yes.
there's still ideas that you can implement here, Yeah.
So let's go with the cons.
no. Guys, let's go with the
The people, I'm just
stereotypical
kidding.
one.
No.
Yeah, I mean, people are cold for sure. It's
Different,
it's introverts. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's just the majority of the people are introverts. So from an extrovert perspective, that can be challenging,
Yeah.
So I think that's the best way you can
Put
you
it
can
out
put
there.
it.
Yeah, you just put, of course, not being mean or anything
Yes,
like
Of
yes.
course.
just saying what we think,
Yeah, it's normal. I think like different people, and you're like, depending on the place where you come from, you're used to some things. So
Yeah,
if
of
you move
course.
somewhere, it's just different to you. So it may be like challenging.
Yeah,
as
of
you said.
course. Yeah. Another con could be,
It's perfect.
what?
Lithuania is perfect. No cons.
No,
I cannot
for me,
think.
it's more like, the customer service. That's a con for sure. It's improving a lot. Like lately, I mean, the past couple of years, the
What do
customer
you mean by
service.
customer service?
Like, for example, you go to the restaurant sometimes. Well, now it's better, but before, the waitress was not very friendly,
okay.
not smiling. You go to the supermarket, the people is angry working there. You go to the you go to the polyclinica, you are sick. and they are rude as so rude with you that you are like, I'm sorry, like I'm sick, you know.
I literally went out crying once from the doctors because
Yeah, so it's just those things, you know. But it's improving because, you know, I can see the change. 10 years that I'm living here now is way better because since the people is more open mind, people is traveling more, the younger generations are already taking those jobs that are maybe, you know, they are more open, you know, so people is more
Yes.
friendly, so it's better, it's way better, but still it can improve. Yeah.
for sure in the, I don't know, a couple of years, maybe even more, like even when we started dating, we were going out, you know, like to eat and so on. So we had like a lot of bad experiences, but because now when you said customer service, I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Just because like recently I cannot
good,
even
yeah.
remember a bad,
Very
bad
good.
experience that we had
Really
in customer
good.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah. I love it, yeah, it's amazing because it's nice when you go to buy a coffee, you know, or something, and the people says hi or
Yeah.
bye, have a good day, you know. Sometimes you go to the shop, you say it's Veiki or whatever, and they just scan the products and don't say anything, you know. It's like, come on, tell me hi or something, you know.
Yeah, but you say it's getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better for sure, yeah.
And the last one?
I can say now I was thinking and it came to my mind is Vilnius Airport and the connections that we have from the airport. Like it's so difficult to...
Oh, the flights, you mean?
Yes. It's just like it's very difficult to reach good destinations from Vilnius. It's very expensive also to reach them. So I think that that's a con.
Yeah, now with the new terminal, hopefully there
yeah.
will be new flights, yeah, they say it.
It's always so expensive everywhere, and they are instead of putting more flights, they are just like canceling routes, you know. So
Yeah.
when you want to get out, that's
You need to go to another country, then to another country, and then...
either Latvia
Yeah.
or Poland. They have way better connection, and
Yeah.
Latvia is like smaller country and still has better connection. So
Yeah, but you see, our cons are actually not that bad cons, you know. That
of course.
shows that the country is great,
it's
right?
nothing that
Yeah.
cannot be worked on, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
So
Like Lithuania, for me, is way better than a lot of countries in Western Europe, for sure. You know, like amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
I agree. That's why we all stayed here.
Yeah.
We agree on that. So the last question would be just any crazy experience, the craziest story which happened to you after you moved to Lithuania? Maybe some things which you tell always to your friends?
Fabian, you have the crazy stories. Actually, I don't have anything crazy, but you can go ahead.
You know, like it's a crazy story, a bit bad. Like in 2018, two guys punched me in Antakalnis. They were saying Lietuva Lietuviams, Lithuania for Lithuanians. And, you know, it was just those experiences that you are like, I was shocked in that moment because I was going to the gym and then these two guys just approached and punched me. I managed to, you know, like cover myself a bit. I think they were nervous, so they didn't really hit me like very strong. You know, I had just a bump here. But it was like, oh my gosh.
It was at the daytime?
Yeah, it was at 9 something in the morning.
Oh my God.
The good thing is that, you know, when this happened, a lot of people was supporting, and the police managed to find those guys. They went to jail 20 days, then we went to court. They had to pay something.
Did you make it public?
Yeah, I was like, at first, when I called the police told me that they cannot really help that much, that they will check in the neighborhood. Then a journalist, because I made a post, because I said like, come on, I posted, the post got viral. And then a journalist contacted me. They made the news, and then it was everywhere, like really everywhere.
You can still see articles
find it.
if
Yeah, you can
find
Google it. Yeah, and then the police found the guys in a few days. You know, if you really want, like for the media pressure, like really they found it. But yeah, great. It was amazing. The support, I got a lawyer for free as well. Organization Human Rights contacted me. They told me, Fabian, don't leave this like this. Let's go. We will provide you legal counsel. It's for free. They saved many times. It's for free because I think there were other cases in the past where this happened and the person was afraid to complain, to go to court, you know, because of the lawyer. I pay zero, and they really helped me a lot. So I'm glad. I think after that incident, I haven't heard anything like this happening so viral. So I think it's very hard now to encounter this because there are cameras everywhere, you know. But yeah, that was the craziest story.
But do you know what happened with the guys after?
Yeah, they are
in prison?
here in Vilnius. No, they were just like 20 days in jail, you know. Yeah, I guess they live in Vilnius, but I'm not. Yeah, I was a bit
They
afraid.
never contact you after?
No, they can't. If something happens, they are in deep trouble.
That's good.
Yeah.
And what about you, Andra?
I was thinking, but I really don't think that they have anything like a crazy story.
Maybe that one with the polyclinic when you went out crying?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, actually, that can be not necessarily, but the funny. Let's just take it as a rather funny story, because let's just see the good, the good side of it. When I moved here, when you move, it's only like after a few months that you can apply for your asmenskodas, and when you move, they just give you for your health insurance, like for Sodra, they give you like a certain number that you can use, like a Sodra number. So I was working and I felt very, very sick, and I went to the doctor, and it was not my regular doctor there. It was a different family doctor. Anyway, I went to him. And I was like so bad, like really I was feeling so sick. And then he tried to search for me in the system, and I gave him my asmenskodas, and he said that I look like I'm illegally here, that I'm not working and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm working, like I've been working for please, like I need you to help me. And for me was the most stressing thing is not like, okay, he would give me the medicine, but I needed like days off from work, that he had to put that in the system. That was like the most important stuff, because I couldn't work like that. So anyway, he made me feel like, I don't know, like a illegal person. He made me feel like so bad, and I was so stressed because I was feeling so bad. So I literally went out crying from there. And then I called my work, and I'm like, how they say that I'm not insurance, that I don't work here. And then I called Sodra, and fun fact is, so my name is Andra Camelia Folia. And there is a line between Andra and Camelia. So it's Andra line Camelia. When I moved to Lithuania, they registered me as Andra line Camelia Folia. Without the line, Andra Camelia Folia. And then when I applied for my asmenskodas and I went there to take my picture and everything, they registered me as Andra line Camelia Folia. So when I got my asmenskodas, it didn't connect to like the previous the code that I had, that I work. So I appeared, I was two different persons. Like I was one Andra and the other one Andra, without the line and with the line.
Just for the line, yeah.
Yeah, I was with the line. And I'm like, crazy. Like, mom, I called my mom, why you decided to put that line in my name? I was... So, yeah, I guess that could be the crazy, fun story. But they got it sorted out in one day. Then I returned to the doctor and I showed him, look, I'm insurance. I'm illegal.
Yeah, but I could imagine you feeling like overwhelmed in this situation because like you don't understand what's going on. Also, he said that you're legally here, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, from like European Union, it's difficult to be illegal because you still have time, until you can take your documents and everything. So
yeah, the documents part, I don't know. For me, it was like because I stayed here like kind of illegally, because not illegally, but for the first time I came, I didn't have like a leidimas gyventi.
Yes.
But the COVID started and all the border closed.
Yes.
And we had to we didn't know like how long we could stay in Lithuania. So I decided to stay, and I stayed for like 7 months. And I think there was like, in the moment I was leaving, they told me that there was like, I should have left like sometime earlier, a couple of weeks before, and I was also crying in the airport because I was like, please, I want to come back. I don't want any problems and etc. So they would say that I'm like illegally stayed for a longer time, and then I would have like problems with getting new documents. But they were like pretty kind to me, and in the end they said like, okay, we don't, those like COVID laws are not established, so it's like Okay, so I'm still here.
But that's good, you know. Yeah, I cannot imagine that. So even more stressful, you know.
Yeah. So the last one, not even a question, but I just wanted to ask, what is your plan for the evening? I know that you're planning to watch some football. Who's
Ooh,
playing today?
Yeah, Romania with Netherlands.
Go
Yeah,
Romania.
it's the playoffs in the Euro, so it's a very important game. Yeah, we are very excited. I mean,
But
yeah.
you're also playing football.
Yeah, I'm also playing football. Yeah.
Professionally?
No, I just play for fun. I mean, I play in the league, but in the amateur league. Yeah.
And do you prefer to watch football more than basketball?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Lithuanian wouldn't agree.
No, yeah, definitely. I also like basketball, but of course, football is
It's the main thing.
my sport. Yeah.
So you're going to vote for Romanians today?
Yes,
Of
we're gonna go
course.
now to watch the game. It will be a tough one. Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Who are they playing with?
With
Netherlands.
Netherlands. Yeah, it's a difficult.
Netherlands. Yeah.
Are they
It's so
strong?
difficult.
The Netherlands?
Yeah, they are the
But
strongest.
this Euro Cup, they were not the best so far, but they have a strong. They are a very popular team, you know. It's just the way they played this Euro Cup. I'm talking like a professional football watcher, you know, like that's up to date with everything.
But do you have those t-shirts today with
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
we
in the
have
car,
them.
yeah.
Yes, in the car.
You're going to change and like fully prepared?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
We're gonna meet some friends also.
Oh,
So
that's an exciting plan for the evening.
yeah. What about you? You have anything planned?
No, maybe we can also watch some football.
Sure, come. We're gonna go to Lukiškio. It's like open space, you know. So
Actually, like I wasn't watching football that much. I was like, I wasn't watching sports that much. But as I moved to Lithuania, I started to watch basketball because everyone was
Of
watching
course.
here. So
Yeah,
yeah.
of course.
So who are you supporting?
Tonight?
Riazas or Žalgiris?
I lived in Kaunas for 2 years, so
Okay.
I fell in love with Žalgiris.
Yeah. Rita's here.
And you?
Rita's, yeah, because we live in Vilnius. I
Me,
mean,
I'm neutral. I
She's
don't.
neutral,
I'm
yeah.
very neutral.
Don't
yeah.
watch basketball.
I support Lithuanian national team.
me too, yeah.
I support this guy that I really like. What's his name?
Jonas
baby?
Valanciunas.
Yes, I support him.
Guys, thank you so
Thank you very much,
that
yeah.
you made it, that you
Of course.
joined me. I really enjoyed like sharing this experience with you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you as
too
well.
for
It was a
inviting.
pleasure,
It
yeah.
was very fun.
Good luck with the podcast.
Yeah, so we're going to do like a small outro thing. So I just wanted to say that it was like a first podcast for me. So I don't know how it's going to be, if I'm going to continue. So it would be really nice to get some, some ideas backwards. So
Of course.
Yeah. If
100%.
No,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
think that you're actually. I wanted to tell you after this. I really think that you're natural for this because I don't know. I think that to be able to hold conversations and to like start conversations, especially for podcasts, that's sometimes people like they don't do it right. But like you were paying attention, even these things with like the polyclinica, like you remember things that I don't remember, you know. So I think that you were asking like the right questions, right time. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if like some of the watchers would have some ideas about the next guests you wanted to see for in the next podcast, so let me know.
we can give you
Of
some
course, we will
ideas
tell you.
too.
We will tell you, yeah.
Okay. So excited. It's a wrap. Thank you.
Amazing.
Yay. Woo.